Alright, so the public betas of iPadOS 27 were released just a couple days ago, and I've been daily driving the developer betas the last couple of weeks, and I wanted to see whether Apple fixed any of the bugs I had with iPadOS 26. I was initially pretty excited about this update because Apple said iPadOS 27 would fix a lot of issues with iPadOS 26, but it turns out this update was more or less similar to how iPadOS 26 functioned, just with some minor improvements. So upon trying it out, I noticed that the software is definitely a lot more smooth. I think they tweaked the animations so they're a lot more refined compared to iPadOS 26. Apps seem to launch a little bit faster. Honestly, outside of that, I can't really tell too much of a difference from an appearance standpoint. I didn't get a chance to try out Apple Intelligence, and I honestly don't intend to because I don't find it all that useful for my daily use. And given that Apple Intelligence was the main thing that they were talking about for iPadOS 27 and iOS 27, it kind of makes sense that there aren't that many changes compared to iPadOS 26 when looking at the general behavior and how the system performs. But besides that, I think it's time for me to try out some of the bugs that I mentioned in that iPadOS 26 video. So the first bug I talked about in my iPadOS 26 video was if I put 4 or 5 fingers on the display, it would cause the touchscreen to stop working completely. When you have 2 or 3 fingers on the display, so when you do this, it's supposed to move normally. But then if you put 4 fingers on the display and try to move it, nothing happens. When you try to put 5 fingers on it, nothing happens either. You can see a jump for a little bit, but it registers that initial tap and then nothing happens after that. Now I believe this has to do with the multitasking gestures because I do have them off in the settings, and because of that iPadOS doesn't know what to do with the 4 or 5 finger swipes, so they just leave them empty. I hope they can fix this at some point, but given that it's already been a year and a half of them not fixing it, I'm not too confident. And the fact that they brought it over to the next update, so yeah, not looking too good. Now, in terms of how it performs in Project SEKAI, we can just pull up the game and play a chart. Again, the bug that I talk about here mostly affects charts that require 4 or more fingers. So if I do this, you can see the hold node is missing, and I'm losing my health. But yeah, you can see when I had 4 fingers on like hold nodes, they would just not work at all. And the only way to fix this again is still to use guided access, so you triple press the power button. And then you can see guided access turn on over there. And that leads me to the second problem I had with iPadOS 26. This isn't necessarily a bug, but just the fact that they removed a feature. So this is my 2017 iPad Pro running iPadOS 17. And you can see that when I turn on guided access, before they made it so that you could quickly leave guided access by pressing the power button twice if you had an iPad with Face ID, or pressing the home button once to unlock with Touch ID. So you can see like this, and because I unlocked it with Touch ID, guided access is now disabled. Now with the new iPadOS 27 update, did they fix it? Did they bring it back? They did not bring it back. Okay, so the only way to still turn off guided access is basically still to do the triple click and then disabling it manually. So if I get close, it doesn't recognize my face. Okay, there you go. Alright, unlocking with Face ID, and then you can press the end button to end it. So basically, it's the exact same as iPadOS 26. Now I guess they did fix something. So if I turn on guided access again and turn it off, if I press the end button, it ends really quickly now. Before, the bug was that the end button would just hang there and you couldn't do anything for like a split second or so, but they seem to have fixed it, so that's good. But honestly, like I said, so besides all the operating system improvements and optimizations to make the performance a little bit better, the behavior of iPadOS 27 is still basically the exact same as iPadOS 26. And I guess in that sense, it makes me a little bit disappointed because like I said earlier, they had about a year and a half to fix all these bugs and issues, but they decided to ignore it and not really do anything about it. To be fair, this is a very niche issue for rhythm gamers. Not everybody plays with 4 or more fingers, but I just think this is something you should be aware of if you're looking to buy an iPad to play rhythm games. You need to make sure that every time you play a chart that requires 4 or more fingers, you need to turn on guided access. It is basically non-negotiable at this point. I guess one other thing to mention is that this is still in beta. There is a possibility of Apple fixing some of these bugs in a future update, so if that happens, I'll be sure to let you guys know in a pinned comment or maybe in an updated video. But besides that, I don't really feel too confident about it. And if you're wondering whether you should update to iPadOS 27 or stay on iPadOS 26, just from an operating system performance standpoint, I think you should, but just don't expect any improvements when it comes to rhythm games. If you're on iPadOS 26, definitely update when the official release comes out this September. If you're on an older release, you might have to update at some point because there's a bunch of security fixes that you should have on your device. This is just something you're gonna have to deal with. Again, this is still a very niche issue for rhythm games. If you're okay turning on guided access and just playing that way, then I think you should be okay updating your iPad to iPadOS 27 if you're on, let's say, iPadOS 18 or lower. As for me, I will be going back to my 2017 iPad Pro running iPadOS 17, and this 2020 iPad Pro will be going back in its shelf. Right there. Anyway, that's been it for me. If you enjoyed this video and learned something, do leave a like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments whether you think this iPadOS 27 update is a good one or a bad one. Besides that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.